Hello guys, and welcome back to another class of our course about Python. So in this class we are gonna do principally two things. We are gonna download Python and we will download as well a text editor to be able to write our program in it. So let's start. So the first thing I'll ask you guys to do is simply to go on Google, and from here we are gonna write down Python. Here we go. So when you guys are here, don't click on Welcome to Python, simply click on Download. Then it will depend if you have a Windows or a Mac. You can simply click on Download Python, the latest version here. So as you can see, the latest version is 3.8.2. Or if you want a specific version, well, it's gonna be right there. So if you are looking on a specific version of Python, once again, we are working with Python 3. So you can select it, well, you can find it here and select it. Let's say, for example, I want the latest version who went out yesterday. I will simply click on download, and from here it will ask me what, you'll see something like this, and you will have to choose between Windows 32 bytes and Windows 64 bytes. So how do we know if we have a 32 or 64 bytes? It's very simple. We simply go on search, we go on our settings, and from here simply write down about. Then you go on your system, and right here you will be able to see system type 64 bytes. So I have a 64 byte. So if I want to download Python, I will download this one right here. Well, those ones. So the 64 bytes one. All right. So once you have downloaded Python, the next thing that we will have to do is download a text editor. So basically, what is a text editor? A text editor, well, let's see it this way. Word, you can write down words on Word. Word is a text editor. It's for writing texts. You can also write down texts on, let's say, Excel or Access. But once again, it's not specialized to writing text. Yes, you can do it on Excel, but Word is like the text editor to write, is the main environment to write down long texts. In Python, you also have text editors that are used really for coding, to be able to program in Python. And those text editors are called IDE, what means Integrated Development Environment. Those places, what's the difference between writing on a text editor specialized in, let's say, programming language, or simply writing on a notebook or a notepad? Well, since it's specialized in this, what it will do, it will, let's say, for example, you have a mistake somewhere in your code, you're writing longer lines of code, and you have a mistake somewhere, it will simply correct you. Besides of that, it's really specialized in this, so it will help you run your codes and everything. All right, so there are some text editors that I can suggest you. For example, you have Atom, which is a very, very good text editor. Or you have PyDev, which is also a good one. A text editor that I personally like a lot is PyCharm. I like it, it's very popular. And in those years, he worked for me very, very well in the past years. So how do we download a text editor? Simply go back on your Google search, and we'll write down PyCharm. So PyCharm. Here we go. At this point, you will see something like this. Simply go on download, and you'll do the exact same thing. Well, you will have a download page like this. You'll have to select Windows, Mac, or Linux. You have the professional version, which is paid, but we are looking for the community version, which is free. So you simply click on download, and you follow the download steps. You'll see it's very, very easy. The next thing that you guys want to do when it's all done, we want to see our main page. So simply open up your PyCharm. All right. Then you should have something that asks you if you want to open up a new project or not a new project. You click on new project, and after that they'll ask you the location. So very simple, you want to choose a name for your project. So let's call it project 1. From that, you want the location. You want your base interpreter. So here you select Python 3 or Python 2, but in your normally it will select for you. It will select the latest version of Python. So when it's all done here, you leave it at virtual environment, so it will stay virtual environment. And the location, it's where you want it to be. Well, you want it to be saved, so it's the same thing. When it's all done, you simply click on create. So we'll keep it on this window. So what it will do, it will create our first project. And this is the place where we will work for the whole course to try our Python try our Python codes and all our Python things. So normally it will create your virtual environment, and from that moment you will be able to add the Python text and absolutely everything. So right now it's loading on my computer, and when it's gonna be ready, that's gonna be set. All right, so right now it's ready. So for this class, that's it. We'll see in the next class how to write our first program, but for now, this is all that I'll ask you guys to do. So very simple, simply select the project, create your first project. When it's all done, simply go to the next class where we'll write our first lines of code.